In this video, we're going to look at how we can multiply matrices. So in order to multiply two matrices, the number of columns in our first matrix must equal the number of rows in our second matrix. So if you have a matrix, let's say we have matrix A, and it is a 2 by 3 matrix. It is 2 by 3, so 1, 3, 7, negative 5, 0, 1. So it's a 2 by 3 matrix. And I want to multiply that by matrix B, which is a 3 by 2 matrix. Actually, let's make it 3 by 3. 3, 7, 9, negative 1, 4, negative 6, 2, 0, negative 5. So this is a 3 by 3 matrix. So if I wanted to take the product of these two matrices, the number of columns in my first matrix would have to equal the number of rows in my second matrix. And we would end up with a result of a 2 by 3 matrix. So A times B would be a 2 by 3 matrix. And we can do this product because the number of columns in A equals the number of rows in B. So let's take a look at how we can actually do some multiplying of matrices. If we're given matrix A and B and we want to find the product A times B, what do we have to do? Well, first we need to determine whether this matrix multiplication is even defined. So we have a 2 by 2 matrix and we have another 2 by 2 matrix. So in order for this multiplication to be defined, the number of columns in my first matrix must equal the number of rows in my second, which they do. And this tells me that I'm going to get a 2 by 2 matrix as a result of this product. So it's going to be a 2 by 2 matrix. So let's go through and actually do this multiplication. So if I'm trying to do A times B, I'm going to take my first matrix, A, so 3, 1, 5, negative 2, and multiply it by B, 2, 3, negative 1, 4. So when doing this multiplication, what we do is we take the first row of matrix A, and I'm going to multiply it by the first column in matrix B. So what that does is it gives me the first element of my new matrix. Because it's row 1, column 1, gives us row 1, column 1 for our entry. So the way that we do this multiplication is we just multiply the corresponding elements in each of our matrices. So the first element in this row multiplies the first element in this column. So it's going to be 3 times 2. And then the second element is in this row is going to multiply this second element in this column. So we do 1 times negative 1. And then to get this first element in our new matrix, all we're going to do is add these. So we're going to take the sum of the product that we get from multiplying the first row with the first column to get our first element in our new matrix. And then to get the second element, we're going to take the first row times the second column. And that would give me entry 1, 2. So we're going to do the same thing. First element times the corresponding element. So 3 times 3. But we're again adding plus 1 times 4. 1 times 4. And that gives me my second element. So we're going to go through, and now that we've done multiplied both of our columns with the first row, we're going to take our second row and do the exact same thing. Multiply the second row by the first column, and that's going to give me this entry here. So when we do that, we get 5 times 2, 5 times 2, plus negative 2 times negative 1, negative 2 times negative 1. And then we will take our second row times our second column to get our last entry. So 5 times 3 plus -2 times 4. -2 times 4. And now we just go through and simplify all of these, and that will give us our new matrix. So this is 6 minus 1. This is 9 plus 4. This is 10 plus 2. And this is 15 minus 8. So go through, simplify, and we're going to get that A times B equals 6 minus 1, that's 5. 9 plus 4 is 13. 10 plus 2 is 12. And 15 minus 8 is 7. So this would be our product of A times B.